Good evening, everyone. Whoa, baby. Gee, that was loud enough. Welcome. It's great to see you all. I know the weather is a little better than it's been. Don't you miss that sub-zero temperatures, though? No, I don't either. I'm only wearing 2 layers today. For all winter, it's been 3 or more. So welcome. I am happy to report that no one is parked in front of the, this side of the driveway. If you're parked behind the building is fine, but across the driveway, those spots there belong to the apartment building. So now I'm making announcements before the concert so we don't have to interrupt the concert when somebody says, there's someone parked in my space. So, okay, so anyway. You all, I'm guessing that most of you know Beppe. Okay. Anyone doesn't know Beppe? Okay, well, you're in for a treat. Unbelievable guitarist. Just blow you away. And he's got some great stories and songs, and if you've heard a lot of them before, he has many new ones as well. He also is an amazing cook, and he's got a book of recipes and stories over here, and yeah, so he's the real deal, and this is almost the end. I don't know, is it almost the end of the tour? Federica? Few more. Okay. And we're always pleased to have him here. He's been at the festival numerous times, and of course we want to get him back all the time. So without further ado, Beppe Gambetta.
Grazie, thank you so much. Buonasera. Yeah. And there are few people from home. Ciao. Wise old man, you were tired when I met you. You were timeless, but you were feeling your age. Your voice was hoarse, but it still held a story. And your banjo still commanded every stage. The tale that you told me got me thinking that the story holds more power than a gun. That hope is much more powerful than money. When our voices sing together, we are one. Wise old man, I think you are immortal. The body dies, the lyric carries on, reminding me whatever I may write of. I must speak out for this possessed and wrong. You left early, but I feel that you are here. Your presence makes me feel a bit less fear. When we sing your words, we give back what you gave. Like flower gently placed upon a grave. And this is the verse that I wrote for Doc Watson, you know, the father of this flat-picking style that I fell in love with. Actually, a few days ago was the 103rd birthday of Doc Watson. Wise old man, I could read your hands like Braille. Every callus, every wrinkle told a tale. Your eyes were blind, but you still had an ear. Hearing was your seeing, you heard it all so clear. A sound from a distant place and time, wafting up from some lost valley through the pines. We played melodies and ridden through the night, and watched a couple dance until daylight. Grazie, grazie mille. Thank you so much. So, I understand that some people never heard me before tonight. So, if for the people that doesn't know about me, I am Beppe Gambetta. I come from Genova in Italy, where in my hometown I was a regular Led Zeppelin boy, you know, playing my Stairway to Heaven, and somebody brought this album of the Newport Folk Festival, and I heard one song of Doc Watson, and I became immediately, it was like when you see the woman of your life, that, that you know after 1.5 minutes, that's it. Yes, you know, I heard of Watson and I knew that I had to become a flat picker. I became a flat picker, and still in Italy people think flat picking, looking for an apartment. So it's hard to educate them, but I keep on doing it. I keep on doing it, and I'm so glad that in my life I even got to perform with Doc Watson a couple of times, and I performed even at his funeral. And so I am after learning this music of the great masters and trying to teach it also, I started to to compose also a little bit of my music and to write also some songs. And this previous song was called Wise Old Man. And I'm gonna play for you one of my old compositions. Called it's just a guitar composition. It's called The Acadian Dream. Thank you so much. So I would like now to sing and play some music from this latest project that I produced that is called Terra Madre, that it means Mother Earth. Is an album where I wrote also songs in all the languages that I know, in English, Italian, and Genovese. And actually, I would like to sing for you the title track in Italian. Terra Madre is sort of a dramatic song that is related to nowadays the life. And actually, the whole album is about the right and the duty for artists and musicians to dream, at least dream about a better world in moments when the reality is dark. And so this is one of the dreams. That is a dream of a couple of young fugitives that are escaping in the deep of the night, and they are reaching the border wall, and they jump in the dark, and they don't know what is going to happen. And there are all their dreams that they bring with themselves, and on purpose I didn't say where it happens, this story, because unfortunately this kind of story happens in every continent of the world. So it's dedicated to all the people that are in trouble in this moment. Senti che ci chiamano, sono là che aspettano, suonano, danzano, cantano per chi non è più qua. Ombre che si abbracciano, fuoco per scaldarsi un po', piangono, vengono da quella città che non c'è più. Ora io sogno di essere già di là, oltre quel muro che ci aspetta, oltre un confine che cadrà. Penso a tuo padre, chissà dove sarà, lui pregherà per noi. Noi saremo gli ultimi. Vieni, fa piano, salta, corri, ti vedrò di là. Cani che si abbaiano, mani mie che tremano, salto anch'io e non so dentro al buio cosa troverò. Ora io sogno il mondo che sarà, la nuova vita che ci aspetta, oltre un confine che cadrà. Sento mia madre come accanto a me, lei pregherà per noi. Thank you, grazie. Grazie mille. Grazie tante. And on this album I also wrote a song that celebrates a sentiment that I am sure many of us here tonight feel, as the friendship around the beauty of art and music. And many of you know about how beautiful it is to meet with friends and go to listen to music or play music together and hang out through the music. And so I got inspiration for this song. It's called Sit and Pick With You. Because I was on tour in California, and unexpectedly a lot of coincidence happened. In the first gig, a famous mandolin player, David Grisman, came with his mandolin. He's 81 now and still unsurpassed, and he played a couple of tunes with me. It was fantastic. And the second gig was in Mendocino, and there Dan Crary, one of the fathers of the American guitar, lives, and he came with his guitar. He's 86 now, still unsurpassed. And we played also with him. The third gig was in San Francisco, and totally unexpectedly, the door opened while I was doing sound check, and Peter Rowan came in with his cowboy hat and his guitar. So it was so fantastic that the next gig, I was just watching the door, you know. I was watching and say, who is going to come now? Who is going to come? And I thought, maybe the Pope the Pope is going to come. But no one came. Actually, all of these coincidences were so beautiful to play music with dear friends. It was fantastic. So I wrote this song. It's called Sit and Pick With You. And it's cool because at 70 years old, for the first time in my life, with the song, I was for 2 months #1 in the folk DJ chart. And so it was great because I say, okay, finally at 70, I'm #1. So I thought if I continue, keep on playing, maybe at 95, I will win a Grammy, you know, or... But anyway, okay, this is Sit and Pick With You. Fingers moving slow, children running round below. Pick a few notes with me like it used to be. Feel the energy of a simple melody. It's so good to sit and pick with you. sit and play gently as we did one day. We don't need too much written tone and touch. Here it comes back again, steady as an old freight train. It's so good to sit and pick with you. Longing for the sound of our friends no more around. We will bring them back with the licks we know. Oh, you play so well, sound just like you are Maybell. It's so good to sit and pick with you. This is not the past, this is music that will last. It's an open door to a better world. I don't need no gold or 1,000,000 records sold. I just need to sit and pick with you. Fingers moving slow, children running round below. Pick a few notes with me like it used to be. Feel the energy of a simple melody. It's so good to sit and pick with you. Thank you, grazie. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you like it, and many people ask me for the guitar part because it is a good communal song for jam sessions. And so if you are interested, on the record table I have the tablature of the guitar and the words, and you can take a picture and bring it home, and you can decide to perform it with your friends if you like it. And yeah, actually in the song I say I don't need no gold or 1,000,000 records sold, you know. I just need to sit and pick with you. But technically, if I maybe could sell 13 records tonight, it would make me happy, you know. So just to let you know, because this we are living in this era where the music comes for free with a little click, and you have it. But still, the independent music relies a little bit on the support, and so to buy a CD is a great help. And you also get an autogram and a smile from the artist that with a click doesn't come. It's a big difference. So many years ago, at the end of a concert, a blonde dancer came to me, And she told me, Beppe, I'm a dancer, and I just want to let you know that if you could perform for me a fandango, I would be really, really happy to dance a fandango only for you. And so it was, an offer that you cannot refuse, an offer that you absolutely cannot refuse. So I am really a slow composer. I am thinking and thinking and working around ideas. But that time, I don't know exactly why, but I composed a fandango immediately. And it worked really, really well, we are still married now. Oh. This is the fandango for the blonde. Il fandango per la bionda. Grazie mille. Now I would like to sing the song that was more difficult for me to compose in this whole project. It took me really many months of thinking. I decided that it was time to write a peace song, and I was listening to beautiful peace songs that were written before, and I thought, that it was really hard not to repeat the usual words and try not to go into the usual cliché, the usual words that you hear in a peace song. So, and try to write something new, say something fresh. So I thought a lot, and finally, at the very end, I decided to write a sort of a mantra of verbs, and to be sort of like how you call impressionist, without a precise story, and so I wrote. This is a difficult word that I had to learn in English. I wrote a barrage of verbs. Is a barrage? Yes, it is good to show off some difficult word here and there. Like there are some words that people think that I am speaking really well. Like discombobulated or think like this. But anyway, I wrote a barrage of verbs where I juxtaposed the beauty and the light of peace to the evil of war. And I wrote these 48 verbs, and they are in Italian, so I really would like you to know what I'm going to say, and I'm going to give you the translation. So the translation is: they come, they hate, they beat, they laugh, they cheat, they forbid, they bind, they kill, they break, they tear, they rape, they escape, and all for little or nothing. They march, they shout, they shoot, they burn, they spy, they crush, they smash, they steal, they lie, they abuse, they deny, they accuse, and all for little or for nothing. All for little or for nothing. They dream, they suffer, they cry, they plead, they create, they speak, they guide, they seek, they kiss, they give, they love, they fly, and something remains forever. They save, they heal, they fight, they believe, they forgive, they pray, they nurture, they hope, they play, they listen, they dance, they sing, and something remains forever. Something remains forever. Vengono, odiano, picchiano, ridono, truffano, vietano, legano, uccidono, spezzano, strappano, stuprano, scappano, è tutto per poco o per niente. Marciano, urlano, sparano, bruciano, spiano, sfasciano, schiacciano, rubano, mentono, abusano, negano, accusano, è tutto per poco, per niente, è tutto per poco niente. Sognano, soffrono, piangono, invocano, creano, parlano, guidano, cercano, baciano, donano, amano, volano e qualcosa rimane per sempre. Salvano, curano, lottano, credono, perdonano, pregano, nutrono, sperano, suonano, ascoltano, danzano, cantano e qualcosa rimane per sempre e qualcosa rimane per sempre. E qualcosa rimane per sempre. Thank you so much. Per poco o per niente. In these past years, I wrote also a book. Actually, in the period, that I hate to say this word that starts with pan and finishes with demic. And let's say during the long vacation. And during the long vacation, I wrote a book that has stories of my life and on the road, about great musicians that I met, and has recipes of my Aunt Maria. Actually, in Italy, every Italian has one Aunt Maria, who is a great cook. Is a typical thing. But my Aunt Maria was the best, for sure. So, but anyway, I read you one story about in 1988, I crossed the Iron Curtain playing folk music, and I went to Czechoslovakia. I went to a big festival, and actually it was just before the big change. So I was in the backstage, and here we are. Now they finally call me. It's my turn. I walk on the big stage and approach the microphone, dazzled by the spotlight. I know that when you go on stage at a festival in Czechoslovakia, you must greet the audience by shouting into the microphone, "Ahoy!" But if this happens in July of 1988, while a revolution born among young people is about to sweep away an ancient regime, I can't know that the audience will respond in unison, with all the power that they have in their lungs. And I get hit by an immense that lasts quite few seconds. There are 25,000 young people shouting this word with the anger of those who want change and the joy of those who want to greet a foreigner coming from the so-called free world. And they want to do it in an unforgettable way. Their greeting literally moves the air. I feel this wind on my face, and even my hair moves slightly on my forehead. I had hair. On my forehead that time. So then, since silence falls, 50,000 eyes are on my pick, and everyone is waiting for me to start playing. It is such an emotional moment that I am caught off guard. The cameras of the national TV are pointed on my fingers, and someone told me that we are also being broadcast in other countries in the East. Everyone is looking at me, but I hesitate to start because as an inveterate flat picker, I had planned to play the medley riding on that new river train, Turkey in the Straw. Yes, yes. But how? The world is going through an epochal change. The foreigner arrives. Maybe everyone expects an important message of brotherhood. And I propose a nursery rhyme about cheating and a melody inspired by a turkey in the straw. I don't have time to reconsider and change the program. I start fast with, I'm riding on that new train. Who knows what they will think if they listen to me in Bulgaria and Romania. But I underestimated the deep knowledge of the folk repertoire and American bluegrass that they have around here, and how Doc Watson and flat picking are well known in this land devoted to bluegrass for so many different reasons. The response is wonderful and has so many meanings that confirm that music is always an important exercise in freedom. I can still hear the echo of that applause. And if I could have access to a time machine, this is certainly a moment I would like to relive, because it is a strong testimony that art and beauty are and will always be engines of important changes. Thank you. So I have one more before intermission, and with any kind of beautiful refreshments, if you like, and other things available. And actually, I am coming out from a bronchitis, so I don't have a lot of voice, so I decided to put the blues to help me to sing some blues. So even if my voice is a little bit shaky, it is really good, you know. So I have a medley of blues songs from the Delmore brothers that were some mentors of Doc Watson, actually. I went in their hometown, Athens, Alabama, and I went on their grave, and I met some relatives of them. So it was really a good pilgrimage that I did. And here is the Delmore Brother medley. That starts with a train, you know, like as many. Blue railroad train going down the railroad track makes me feel so doggone blue to listen to that old smokestack. Drivers rolling on, leaving me here behind. Give me back the good old day and let me ramble down the line. Blue railroad train, leaving me here alone. You're treating me good, you're treating me bad, you make me think of home. I hear that lonesome sound, love to hear the whistle blow. She's taking the sun and leaving the rain and making me wanna go. Yes, the Delmar brothers, they say that in the beginning they were doing contests, and the winner was always the guy who was saying stupid, funny things. So they decided to, in some songs, to insert some stupid, funny things about love and life. Harlot Papa standing in the rain, if the world was corn, he couldn't buy the grain. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. Harlot Papa counting his toes, he can smell his feet wherever he goes. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. Early to bed and early to rise, your girl goes out with other guys. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. If you don't believe it, try yourself. I tried once and I got left. Oh Lord, Lord, got those brown fairy blues. I've got the blues, those Nashville blues. I've got the blues, those Nashville blues. Ain't got no hat, ain't got no shoes. The people here, they treat me fine. Oh, the people here, they treat me fine. They give me beer and they give me wine. She's gone, away from me. She's gone, away from me. One thing she left me free. I'm going home to Arkansas. I'm going home to Arkansas. I'm gonna be right there with my pa and my ma. Those Nashville blues, I've got the blues, those Nashville blues. Ain't got no hat, ain't got no shoes. Grazie mille. Short intermission.
And it's not over yet. On your right, lovely things to eat and drink. On your left, the Beppe Gambetta Mall. And the blonde woman will take care of you. And we're back. So not 1 week from tonight, next Friday, the postponed February concert of Kura is happening next Friday. So if that way you have time to buy tickets. It will be a great, it's good that it got postponed because it's going to be leading right up to that other holiday, St. Patrick's Day. And Kura is a great band to lead up to St. Patrick's Day. Then, for the rest of the season, we have March 21st, McDara Yates from Dublin. He's flying in for this concert and a couple of other concerts. He's an amazing young singer, and you'll really, really enjoy it. At least I think you will. Then some bluegrass on March 27th with Damn Tall Buildings. Lee Murdoch, a wonderful Great Lakes singer from the Great Lakes, on April 10th. And April 17th, Bruce Molsky. So Bruce will also be at the festival this year, too. So he'll be there with Daryl Anger. And they're amazing. And then closing the season, the spring season, in May 2nd is Ete. Feel free to take these. We have plenty of cards at the front desk. It also happens to list all the performers for the festival, June 26th to the 28th. So be there, too. And now, without further ado, did I forget to say anything? I don't know. Okay. Sorry? Change your clock. Oh, when is that? Oh, gee, thank you. I didn't know. I'm retired. Anyway. Beppe Gambetta.
Thank you so much. Wow, so good. So, my favorite occupation, sign books. And yes, if you bought the book, the recipe that I suggest is the potato focaccia. That is a focaccia that you add into the dough some smashed and boiled potatoes. It gives really a special fragrancy. And I'm really proud about one thing that I invented. I invented the vegan bolognese. That is really hard, if you have some vegan friends, to give them something powerful, like if it would be a meat. So I discovered that if you put pine nuts and artichoke hearts and radicchio hearts together, it has a power of the meat, So that can be one cool thing to try. So, but maybe we should go back to the music. And I'm, of course, being an enthusiast of the flat picking style, I love the music also of Tony Rice and Norman Blake. And there is one song that was written by Norman Blake, and Tony Rice made it at the perfection. It's called the Church Street Blues. Is a song that I love particularly, and I have my version. I changed some chords. I even called Norman Blake. I asked him, Norma, I'm the Italian flat picker Beppe Gambetta. May I change some chords? And he told me, oh, yes, Beppe. You will do great. No problem. So I got the benediction from Norman Blake for these new chords, and I hope you will like them if you like to sing it. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, hell on Church Street Blues. It could be a good sing-along, and if you forget them, you can say, meow, 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 meow. Well, I've been hanging out uptown, Lord, in the low down rain, watching Good Time Charlie Friend is driving me insane. Up on shady Charlotte Street, Lord, the green lights turn red. I wish I was back home on the farm, Lord, in my feather bed. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, along Church Street blues. I find myself a picker friend. I read yesterday's news. I folded up page 21 and I stuck it in my shoes. I gave me a nickel to the poor, my good turn for today. I folded up my old billfold and I threw it far away. All together, and I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, along Church Street blues. Well, I wish I had some guitar strings, the old black Tamon brand. I'll string up this old Martin box and go and join some band. But I guess I'm gonna stay right here and pick and sing a while, trying to make me a little change and give 'em folks to smile. And I got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin dime, hard times, along Church Street blues. Got myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose this thin time, hard times, along Church Church Street Blues. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, in this song I used for the end I used the pedal loop, you know, the chord, a sort of a little recorder that records your chords. And but I hate technology, and I decided not to call him pedal loop. I call him Gino. And that is a beautiful thing, you know, to imagine that he is my cousin. He is traveling with me, and. And I'm excited now to sing for you the latest song that I wrote, and is a song that I wrote it in Italian for a great songwriter who died 20 years ago, Fabrizio De André. I imagine that he's looking the earth nowadays, and he's saying, "Mamma mia, what happens?" But for the American version, I decided to change the people, and imagine that in one little cloud, really close to up there are Woody Guthrie and Pete Seeger that are watching the earth. And now they look down, and they don't say "Mamma mia," probably. They say something, "Holy moly," or something worse, probably. And So I bring you with my imagination in what they are saying, and some encouragement, and but besides that, the dream of imagining them over there is, you know, this for sure some energy that they left that can help us, you know. I wrote it like an old European musette. It's called Woody and Pete. Sometimes I peek down with Pete, and we cannot really believe. We see so much violence, we feel so much pain, as we would have fought in vain. The world looks so small from up here, but everything's totally clear. Some music is loud, some music is strange, some music still dares to long for a change. Remember down there, up here we still care, and stand with the brave without fear. Oh, sing Deportee, turn, 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 do, re, mi, and sit on the floor with the poor, who will feed the hungry and never get angry, down there in the street like Woody and Pete. We rest in a beautiful light, and now we look down at your strife. We're left with good hope and peace in our heart, but evil was bound to restart. Slander, corruption, and lies, and so many children who die, and horrible faces on screen and TV. No sign of compassion and no empathy. Remember down there, up here we still care, and stand with the brave without fear, who sing Deportee, turn, 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 do, re, mi, and sit on the floor with the poor, who will feed the hungry and never get angry, down there in the street like Woody and Pete. Remember down there, up here we still care and stand with the brave without fear. Oh, sing Giporti, turn, 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 do re mi, and sit on the floor with the poor. We'll feed the hungry and never get angry down there in the street like Woody and Pete. Grazie. Grazie mille. And we even produced a little video clip for Woody and Pete. I thought, you know, if Woody and Pete, they are looking down, flowers are falling on the earth because they were such a beautiful. So it was difficult to throw flowers for hours until, but finally, if you like to have a look at Woody and Pete, there is on YouTube. There is this video. I'm together with my wife Federica. Since 26 years, we organize a big festival in Genova. It's called the Acoustic Night. And every year we have international guests. And actually in the audience we have many people also from the United States. Is towards the end of May, if you're passing through Europe in that period. And in Genova at the Teatro National Theatre. And 3 years ago, the theme that changes every year. The theme was about linguistic minorities, and so we invited the artist representative of linguistic minorities, and I even did some research, and I discovered that in the little village of Comboscuro, that is really close to the French border in the Alps. In a remote place, there are only 35 inhabitants, but they still speak the medieval French Provençal language. That was the language that they spoke all over southern France 500 years ago. And now only 35 people continue. And so artists, they try to support them. And I decided also myself to learn a song of them and sing one song in medieval French Provençal. And it's part of Terra Madre album, and I'm gonna sing it for you. And I don't know, I'm not totally sure about my pronunciation. I don't know how many people speak medieval French Provençal here tonight. I know, I apologize. Yes, I will actually tell you a little bit about the story. The story is, the song is called Mise Amour, and is about one of the many versions of Cinderella. You know, there are poor Cinderella. She is in trouble since 500 years, and there are so many stories about her. And in this particular story, there is double amount of bad sisters. So instead of being 2 bad sisters, there are 4 bad sisters. Poor girl. Okay, and so let's go all together to Comboscuro. Au jardin de mon pare hi ha tan beu pin, au jardin de mon pare hi ha tan beu pin, hi ha tan beu pin, mis amor, hi ha tan beu pin. O Caio bello Caio, un testun bello Caio, un testun mis amor, un testun. Espaços la montaños au plan país, espaços la montaños au plan país, mis amor, au plan país. O Caio bello Caio che ya de din, o Caio bello Caio che ya de din, che ya de din, mis amor, che ya de din. Catre de maizelu e you fau sing, ja catre de maizelu e you fau sing, mis amore, you fau sing. Uno che vai a laigo e l'altro al fin, uno che vai a laigo e l'altro al fin, e l'altro al fin, mis amore, l'altro al fin. Uno che fai la duermo per ben dormir, uno che fai la duermo per ben dormir, mis amor, per ben dormir. Prenomona balestro, li vai a tirar, ai tira sesma mio, e l'hai tua, mis amore, l'hai tua. Se passo per la velo me pengeran, se passo din lo rose me negaran, mis amor, me negaran. Thank you so much. Grazie. Thank you so much, grazie. Yeah, this was an old composition of mine called On the Road with Mama. A celebration of my period that, in Italy, if you divorce, you don't become a single, you become a single with Mama. So it was a celebration of my single with Mama period. 15 years. So now I would like to sing for you a difficult song. I decided to rearrange one old song from the repertoire of Doc Watson. Doc Watson was famous to be a fast flat picker, but he had also a great heart in choosing marvelous old melodies, and rearranging them. And this is one of these old melodies that he was singing. It was recorded actually a long time ago in jail by Alan Lomax, and a criminal whose nickname was Ironhead was singing for him this old traditional song that actually is about repentment and redemption, and is called the St. James Hospital. This is my version of St. James Hospital. Early one morning at the St. James Hospital, early one morning in the month of May, when I looked through the window and I spied an air cowboy, a dear cowboy, as cold as a clay. Sit here down by me and hear my sad story. Sit here down by me and sing me a song, 'cause my poor head is aching and my sad heart is breaking. I'm a poor cowboy and hell is my doom. Send for the doctor to come and heal up my body, and send for the preacher to come and pray for my soul, 'cause my poor head is aching and my sad heart is breaking. I'm a poor cowboy that note he's done wrong. Get 16, birdie maiden, to come and carry my coffin. 16, birdie maiden, to come and pray for my soul. And tell them to bring some of them sweet smelling roses, so they can smell me as they burn me alone. The drum slowly and play the five slowly. Play the death march as they bear me along. Throw bunches of lilies all over my coffin. Poor cowboy that knowed he's done wrong. There goes a poor cowboy that knowed he's done wrong. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have one last number from Terra Madre, and I told you about the dreams that the artist can bring in moments when the reality is dark. And I wrote this tune that is called Season of Suspension, and is one of the dreams of the Terra Madre is about a dream of an era where everything goes really much slower, and people has time to discuss and find solution to problems. And actually is unlikely, that we can find this era soon, but with music, we can go there for 3 minutes. And that is a beautiful thing, because we can dream for 3 minutes about this moment of reconciliation. And I'm still not in tune. Usually, when you tune, you're supposed to tell banjo jokes, but after all this introduction about this beautiful era, I don't want to ruin. season of suspension. Grazie mille. So, thank you so much. Grazie, grazie tanto. So I'm glad that you enjoyed these 3 minutes, you know. And they say that if you keep on dreaming good things, they, at a certain point, they can also come, you know. And so I have one more for you, and of course, you know, I told you that my main mentor was Doc Watson, and so I would like to end with a really happy song from Doc Watson. Probably the most beautiful, most happy song that Doc Watson sang in his career is it has a fantastic good ending, because it's a cowboy that is in trouble. He escaped to Mexico. He wins every race. He goes back. He finds his girlfriend. He marries her. They have a baby. Also, his horse falls in love with the horse of the girlfriend, and they marry, and they have a baby and a horse colt, I don't know. So you know, is the maximum good things, and so and this is the story of the Tennessee stud, you know. So we have, before this last song, we have to say thank you to our sound engineer, whose name is Dave. Fantastico. Yeah. And thanks to Barbara for her help, and to all the volunteers that are helping this endeavor. And of course, a big applause goes to the art director and people that are the soul of this festival and this concert series. Chris and Joy, grazie mille. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, I had a look to the cast of the incredible artists that this year will come at the festival. It's fantastic, really, is not to lose it. And it was really fantastic to be with you, because there are some places that are totally home, you know. And after so many years that I spent with my wife in the United States, we feel really that we feel totally at home in some places. And of course, the Old Songs series is one of these places. So fantastic to be back home. And close. So this is the Tennessee stud. About 1825, I left Tennessee very much alive. And I never would have made it through the Arkansas mud if I hadn't been riding on a Tennessee stud. I had some trouble with my sweetheart's pa. One of her brother was a bad outlaw. I sent her a letter to my Uncle Fudd, and I rode away on a Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had blood, and there never was a horse like a Tennessee stud. No man's land, I crossed that river called the Rio Grande. I raced my horse to the Spaniard's board till I got me a skin full of silver and gold. Me and a gambler, we couldn't agree. We got in a fight over Tennessee. We pulled our guns and he fell with a thud, and I rode away on a Tennessee stud. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and and he had blood, and it never was a horse like a Tennessee stud. I rode right back through the Arkansas. I whip her brother and I whip her pa. I found that girl with the golden hair, and she was riding on a Tennessee mare. Pretty little baby on the cabin floor, little horse cold playing round the door. I loved that girl with the golden hair and the Tennessee stud of the Tennessee mare. The Tennessee stud was long and lean, the color of the sun, and his eyes were green. He had the nerve and he had blood, and there never was a horse like a Tennessee stud. Grazie mille. What a pleasure. Thank you, Joy. Thank you so much. Okay, the boss told me that there is time for one more. Yes, yeah, and yes. Thanks again for coming to listen to the spaghetti picking show, and actually thanks to I think there is a camera somewhere to the people that are at home. Yes, bravi. Thank you for keeping us company. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay. I have. I would like to bring you to my hometown, Genova, with a song that is about the old city and all the people that are living there, the good people, the bad people, and stories about the old. And actually, hope to see you in May for the festival, for the acoustic night. Check it. We're going to have a guitar champion this year, whose name is Trey Hensley. I don't know if you... Okay. And I am going to call on stage again Gino. Because this song is has the rhythm of mazurka, and it's really fun to perform the mazurka with a flat pick. So I hope you will enjoy it. The song is called La Città Vecchia, and the mazurka is called Iride. Gino, are you ready? He says yes. Nei quartieri dove il sole del buon Dio non dà i suoi raggi, ha già troppi impegni per scaldare la gente d'altri paraggi. Una bimba canta la canzone antica della donnaccia, quel che tu non sai tu lo imparerai solo qui tra le mie braccia. E se la sua età le difetterà, la competenza presto affinerà le capacità con l'esperienza. Dove sono andati i tempi di una volta per Giunone, quando ci voleva per fare un mestiere anche un po' di vocazione. Una gamba qua, una gamba là, gonfi di vino, 4 pensionati mezzo avvelenati al tavolino. Lì troverai la col tempo che fa, estate e inverno, a stratracannare, a stramaledir le donne il tempo del governo. Loro cercano là la felicità in un bicchiere per dimenticare d'essere stati presi per il sedere. Ci sarà allegria anche in agonia, col vino forte porteranno sul viso l'ombra del sorriso tra le braccia della morte. Vecchio professore, cosa vai cercando in quel portone? Forse quella che sola ti può dare una lezione. Quella che di giorno chiami con disprezzo, pubblica moglie, quella che di notte stabilisce il prezzo alle tue foglie. Tu la increderai, tu la cercherai più di una notte, ti alzerai distrutto rimandando tutto al 27. Quando incasserai, delapiderai mezza pensione, 10.000 lire per sentirti dire miccio bello bamboccione. Grazie mille ancora, thank you.
Thank you all for coming. Many hands make light work, so if you could fold your chairs, if you're on this side of the room, put them on that wall, and the other right side of the room, the other wall. Drive safely, it is raining. And hope to see you next week for Kura.